Isolation has become a powerful and necessary phase in your person's journey. Though it may seem like distance or silence on the surface, this period is actually helping them reconnect with their inner self in a deeply transformative way. By spending time alone, they are peeling back the layers of societal expectations, emotional confusion, and past conditioning. In this space of solitude, your person is beginning to rediscover who they truly are, at their core. This reconnection to their inner truth is naturally leading them back to you, as the bond between your souls is rooted in authenticity and higher purpose. Their alignment with their true self is creating an energetic alignment with you as well, even if you're not in physical contact right now. At the same time, your personal growth and decisions are creating a ripple effect in this connection. Your conscious choice to activate your voice, to speak your truth, assert your needs, and set loving boundaries, is not only empowering you but also shifting the dynamic between you and your person on a quantum level. These self-loving actions are breaking old cycles of codependency, fear, and emotional suppression. You've begun to step into your power, and that shift is creating space for genuine, balanced love to take root. You're no longer willing to sacrifice your well-being for connection, and in doing so, you're sending a powerful signal to the universe and to your person: you are worthy of healthy, reciprocal love. Your higher self has never lost connection to your person. On a soul level, the two of you remain intertwined, moving through your own healing journeys with divine synchronicity. Both of you have already come a long way. Much of the past trauma, karmic lessons, and emotional wounds have been acknowledged and addressed, even if the work is still ongoing. This healing hasn't been easy, but it has been necessary. It has allowed both of you to shed illusions and defenses that once kept your hearts guarded. Now, there's a readiness, perhaps not fully expressed yet, but deeply felt, to approach love from a more open and vulnerable place. Although your person has tried to understand themselves before, something is different now. Previously, they may have intellectualized their emotions or pushed them aside in order to maintain control or avoid pain. But now, they are realizing the depth and complexity of their feelings for you. These emotions are not fleeting or superficial, they are growing, evolving, and revealing truths they can no longer deny. This realization is challenging for them. On one hand, it's exhilarating to feel something so real; on the other hand, it's terrifying because it requires surrender, trust, and change. You may have recently found yourself feeling emotionally heavy, frustrated, or even discouraged in this connection. These feelings are valid. The energetic bond you share means you are not only dealing with your own emotions but often picking up on theirs as well. It's possible you've been sensing their emotional turmoil without fully understanding the source. This connection can be intense, especially during times of spiritual awakening or emotional breakthroughs. But take heart in knowing that their focus is on you, even if they haven't yet expressed it clearly in words or action. They are thinking about the future and genuinely want to move forward with you, though they may still be figuring out how to make that a reality. Your person is experiencing what many refer to as a tower moment, a sudden collapse of old beliefs, patterns, or circumstances that no longer serve their highest good. This kind of spiritual upheaval can feel overwhelming, even chaotic. Emotions may be surfacing that they don't fully understand or know how to process. But they are not alone in this. Their spirit guides and guardian angels are surrounding them with support, nudging them toward clarity, strength, and divine guidance. These unseen forces are helping them navigate through their fears and insecurities so they can emerge stronger and more aligned with love. Perhaps most importantly, your person is growing weary of living in regret. They are tired of replaying past mistakes in their mind and questioning what could have been. This regret is no longer serving them, it's become a weight they're ready to release. and with that release comes readiness. Your person is stepping into a place of action, of intention. They no longer want to stand still or hide behind excuses. The urge to communicate, to reconnect, and to show up for you in a real way is becoming too strong to ignore. You may feel their energy intensifying, especially during quiet moments or in dreams. Their inner chaos, emotional breakthroughs, and moments of clarity are all rippling through your energetic field. You're likely more connected than you realize. This is why grounding yourself, practicing emotional self-care, and trusting the timing of divine alignment are so essential right now. The journey may not be linear, and it may still take time, but the shift is happening. Trust that the love you've both cultivated, through healing, growth, and inner work, is leading you exactly where you need to be. The foundation is being rebuilt with truth, mutual respect, and spiritual alignment. Keep holding space for your own evolution, and trust that your person is doing the same in their own way. I get nervous around you in ways I can't always explain. It's the way you speak, calm, confident, intuitive, like you always have an answer, not just a response. You don't guess your way through conversations, you move with a clarity that both grounds and unsettles me. Sometimes, I find myself caught between awe and fear, because the kind of woman you are doesn't feel real. You seem almost too complete, too self-possessed, too radiant in your own skin. There are moments I wonder if you're a mirror reflecting back everything I've ever wanted but wasn't sure I deserved. You're showing me every day that no one compares to you, and honestly, that realization can be overwhelming. It's not just your beauty, though that alone could pull any man in. It's your mind, your energy, your presence, something deep and quietly powerful that makes everything else feel muted. Every time I try to move on, to create something with someone else, it just feels dull by comparison. Conversations fall flat. The connection feels surface level. Even when someone checks the right boxes on paper, it's like my heart knows the difference. The more I try to distract myself, to dive into new connections or pour myself into work, the more I feel drawn back to you. It's like trying to swim away from the tide only to realize it's pulling you home. There's a gravity to you that I don't fully understand, but I feel it every day. And even though I try to let go, try to be logical and detached, there's a part of me always watching, always checking in. You don't even know how often I look at your social media, not in a possessive way, but out of care. I just want to make sure you're safe, protected, surrounded by peace. In a world that can be so chaotic and careless, I want to know you're all right, even from a distance. There's a fire in you that keeps me captivated. It's not loud or reckless, it's something far deeper. A sacred fire that comes from knowing who you are and refusing to shrink yourself for the comfort of others. You make your own choices, walk your own path, and yet there's still this softness in you that makes people feel at home. That balance, that duality, is something I've never encountered so purely before. You don't need anyone to complete you, and yet your presence invites depth, intimacy, and honesty. You make me want to be near you, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You make me want to rise, not to impress you, but because your presence demands that kind of authenticity. When you stand in your divine feminine power, something shifts in me. It's not just attraction, it's alignment. It makes me want to stand taller in my own masculine essence, not as a performance, but as a reflection of what's possible when a man truly shows up. You don't need saving, and that's exactly why I feel compelled to protect you, not because you're fragile, but because you're rare. There's something sacred about the way you move through life, something that inspires reverence. You challenge me without saying a word. Just by being who you are, you hold up a mirror to my own life and ask me, silently, if I'm really living the way I'm meant to. You remind me that I've got work to do, not out of pressure, but out of purpose. There are things in me I've avoided confronting, shadows I've let linger, and patterns I've repeated without question. But when I think of you, I realize that stepping into true masculinity isn't about dominance or control, it's about presence, courage, and consistency. You don't demand that from me, but your very existence calls it forward. You make me want to be better, not for you, not to win your attention, but because something in me awakens in your presence. A deeper part of me, the part that wants to build, protect, provide, and lead with integrity, feels seen when you're near. You may not realize it, but your strength gives me permission to be vulnerable. Your independence challenges me to grow, and your softness teaches me to stay open. In a world where connection often feels transactional or fleeting, what I feel for you is different. It's layered. It's rooted. It's real. I may not know what the future holds, and I won't pretend I have all the answers, but I do know that knowing you has changed me. And even if I never get the chance to tell you all of this out loud, I need you to know, you're not just unforgettable. You're a reminder of what's real, what's sacred, and what's worth rising for. I want to open my heart to you and confess something I've carried for so long. I love you, deeply, endlessly, and with every fiber of my being. This isn't just a passing emotion or a fleeting moment of vulnerability, it's the truth that defines my existence. Life without you feels like a hollow shell. Every day without your presence is a silent struggle, and all I have left now are the memories of you and us, memories that bring both comfort and pain. They are like fragments of a beautiful dream I can no longer return to, a dream that once made life so meaningful and whole. You were not just a part of my life, you were the core of it. My heart knows, without a shadow of a doubt, that nothing else can fulfill its longing or quiet its unrest except you. You became more than a lover to me, you became my purpose, the reason I looked forward to each day. Everything I am and everything I ever hoped to become began to revolve around you, and in losing you, I feel like I've lost a part of myself I can never recover. I know I made mistakes. I know I let you down, again and again, sometimes through my words, sometimes through silence, and often because of my pride. There were moments when I chose to protect my ego instead of nurturing the love we shared. Looking back, I realize how foolish I was to think that being right or holding power in an argument was more important than preserving something as precious as you. I can't change the past, but I want to take responsibility for the hurt I caused. I am truly, deeply sorry. If I could turn back time, I would do everything differently. I would hold you closer during the times you needed me most. I would listen with my heart, not just my ears. I would never allow my anger or my harsh words to build a wall between us. I now see how much my actions pushed you away, and for that, I carry a deep sense of regret. I promise you this, if I am ever given a second chance, I will never let my temper or pride come between us again. You deserve to be cherished, not hurt. You deserve softness, patience, and unwavering love. You helped me grow in ways I never thought possible. You brought light into the darkest parts of me and helped me understand myself better. With you, I felt seen, understood, and loved in the most profound way. You encouraged me to become a better version of myself, not by demanding it, but by simply believing in who I could be. You nurtured my spirit when I didn't even realize how lost I was. Now that you're gone, I feel stuck. The days feel heavier. I find myself walking through life with a sense of aimlessness, like I'm drifting without direction. I've never felt so unsure of myself, so deeply insecure about everything. The world feels colder, not because of the changing seasons, but because your warmth is no longer here to guide me through it. My soul aches for you. It longs for the connection we shared, a connection that felt rare and irreplaceable. I can't pretend that anyone else could take your place, because no one ever could. There is no one in my life right now that I can trust the way I trusted you, no one I can confide in with the same depth and sincerity. You were my safe place, my anchor, and my home. I know that words alone may not be enough to heal the wounds or erase the past, but this is my truth, laid bare. I'm not asking for immediate forgiveness or expecting things to go back to how they once were. I simply want you to know how much you meant to me, and how much you still do. My love for you hasn't faded, if anything, it's grown even more intense in your absence. If there is even the slightest chance that we could find our way back to each other, I want to take that chance. I want to rebuild, to start over, with honesty, humility, and open hearts. But even if that never happens, please know that you were, and always will be, the greatest love of my life. And though life goes on, a part of me will always be waiting, quietly hoping, silently loving you from afar.